And interestingly enough, if we zoom in here, she's not actually engaged with anybody, so she could probably slip out one of these doorways here. Now, she couldn't slip back out here because it takes an action to get outside of the window, but she maybe can go in this way, and then she can try to get, well, we know there's a lot of more signals and things up here that are going to be scientists. We're probably going to get this scientist okay, so we really need to be, I think, aggressive, and then we're going to basically need to survive. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, oh boy, 4. So she's going to be there, excuse me, up here. But she can't get through that window again because that's going to be an action. So I could go through here. It's kind of the long way around. Let's just leave her there. So she's kind of slipped out, and then we're going to draw her close encounter card. You know what? I could have just attacked with her, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to attack, and then I'm going to get out there. So we're going to go and roll and try to hit. Who should we hit here? Well, none of these guys have anything there. Oh, this Xenobit, of course, has an armor on him. Well, I don't think we're going to hit him again. Let's see. Well, let's just hit the Arachnos. He's got five of those, huh? Well, let's go ahead and roll. So she's just going to roll her 2 dice there, kind of take a little pot shot at him. Okay, she got 1 hit. It's a 1 defense dice. So basically he's going to roll 0 defense dice. So the Arachnos here, he's going to take a hit. He's not going to roll any. There may be a minimum of 1 or something, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So he took a hit. Now she's going to slink out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now she's out. Okay, sorry about that. Now she's going to draw her close encounter card. And we're going to activate all aliens basically at 0, which are none of them, because nobody is adjacent to anybody there. So these cards are being very favorable to us today. And then now, since the Infiltrator's gone, the Marine is going to go next. He can move 4, so let's have him take a shot at this guy here. He needs to hit, let's see, range 2. Yes, he can. So he's going to roll 4 dice. 4 of these red dice. There. 1, 2, so 2 hits. He's jammed, so I feel like didn't notice that one was jammed before, but that's okay. So he's jammed, and then so that's 3 hits, or 2 hits, I'm sorry. I think I rolled 2. I think I moved 1, so he's going to roll that. So he absorbs 1, and he's going to take 1 hit there, so this guy now is at... this guy here is at 2 health. And now I could have him move, but instead I'm actually going to have him unjam, because unjam actually takes up your action and your movement, or your action and your combat. Since I've already combated, I'm just going to spend basically my movement and action unjamming myself. So now we'll do a close encounter card for the Marine, which is going to be activate all wounded aliens. So the only wounded alien is the one that we just shot over here. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. This guy is also going to activate. So now, since this gal is the active agent, then we're going to activate the Arachnos here. So interesting decision here. I mean, he could technically move up into here because he doesn't have line of sight with anybody where he's at. So he could just move in there and wait. But it says to go to the most wounded agent. So that would kind of make him come out here, and then he would be in close combat with them, but he wouldn't yet do close combat. But he is engaged, and so now this guy cannot yet sprint towards the scientist. So that's my call, and that's what I'm going to leave that at. So finally, this guy basically has a choice here. So he's just going to attack the guy right next to him, this Arachnos there. And oh wait, we still got to activate this guy here. I always forgot. So he is now within 2 of somebody. Attack the closest agent with a web. Again, I guess he could try to hit him with a web again. That's fine, because this is going to come off. He's just going to re-web him. But he doesn't know that he has this new special ability. So it doesn't matter what he rolls, the web's going to come off, because he's going to ignore it anyway. If that makes any sense to anybody, it does to me, because this guy is basically weaker than him. So he should, by the rules, attack him with his web. But he just shrugs the web off. So there we go. Now we'll flip the close encounter card for our Biotech. And this one is activate all agents assigned to the alpha agent there. So we have 1 alien here. This is the Arachnos that we just activated. And so if we take a look at this here, he's going to attack with his claws. Now his claws here are basically 4 red dice. So we'll roll the 4 dice there. Let's see, 1, 2, so 2 hits. So we got 2 hits there. And then we're going to roll basically two of these here. So those are going to be 2 hits. So now we've got a little bit of wounded action happening on our Biotech guy. So now we're going to do the events. So this could be a special event. It is not a special event. So it says neither agents nor aliens may use their effects until the next event phase. So that's none of these. So now we're going to teleport in 1 new agent. We'll roll for that. So we'll get a roll for that. And we got the shield there. And now we're going to just pull a guy out here. It's going to go on the shield. So this could also be likely that it might be a scientist, because we've seen a lot of the agents come up, or the aliens come up there. So going into the next round, I'm going to leave her with the alpha agent there. And so she's going to go first. We didn't kill any aliens. We didn't do anything else. Nobody's powers are going to regenerate. He's already got his 1 armor. So let's just jump right into it. So she's going to move in here. 1, 2. What is this? It's an alien. Oh well. So that's going to go aside there. We will get this one. This will be a green Arachnos that comes up. So we'll put this down here. And we'll put the green Arachnos into play. So there we go. This one will come in now on that teleport point. So she got a little bit of a surprise waiting for her. Now, she has just revealed it. The cool thing is, since she is in melee combat, she can do her big attack. So there's our 4 red dice there. We'll go ahead and roll those. So we got 1, 2, plus that, which is minus, but we can't use those because of the event. So she basically has 2 hits to 2 blue rolls. So we'll do that. And both of them hit. But does this guy have a regen or anything? He does get an armor, so we'll go ahead and just apply the 2 hits to him and then throw the armor on him, so he's kind of walled up a shell. So he can take 2 more hits, but he does have an armor on his sort of shell now. He's kind of, uses alien mutation. You know what, I just realized a little bit of a fudge there. The last round's ability was that my range was reduced, so this guy's attack, I needed to move, and I never moved him or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move him over here. Basically 1, 2, 3, 4, sure. Because to be able to hit this guy, which he did, I should have had to move him because he wasn't in range because of the fog and stuff. So anyway, I'm just kind of correcting my mistake there, which I forgot about. So now we'll do our close encounter here for the infiltrator. What do we got? Okay, ooh, this is the one I was dreading. Activate all aliens here. So we're going to start here with this Arachnos, because that is controlled by our alpha agent. So he's going to roll his little grab action again. So we'll go ahead and roll this. Go ahead and roll those there. So he's got 1, 2, there was a double hit there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's no special ability anyway because of the round. So 4 hits to my 4 hits. But I have a reaction now. I can heal basically with my guy once per round. So I can do that. And so I can roll my 4 hits there. He's going to roll a 4. And oof. So what's this thing? So I did roll the bolt there, which is going to heal again. But I am going to take 3 hits. So I kind of netted a hit there. So he's now taking 3 damage. He has a life of 8 on this guy. So the next alien that's going to activate are going to be that green Arachnos and then this blue Arachnos there. So he's probably, we'll just go ahead and get this taken care of because he's probably just going to move here. So the blue one here, move adjacent and attack with claws. There we go. Claws is 4 red dice there, just like this buddy. So we'll go ahead and roll those. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 hits. And so my blue is going to roll 3 dice. So 1 of those. So he's going to take 2 more hits. Yikes. So we're just going to be, he is going to be down to 3 life. He's got 5 damage on him. Now if we look up here, this green guy is going to activate. And let's see, he is 1 away. So he's going to move adjacent and attack with claws. So he's going to go here. He's going to roll his 4 red dice. Oops. He's going to roll his 4 red dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these guys aren't joking around anymore. And then he is going to roll 4. And he has a special ability to roll all failed, but you can't roll these skulls. So there's 1 block. And that, so he's going to take 2 damage as well on him. So these guys are just, now they've all woken up. And we'll just go ahead and activate the Arachnos here. He also is going to, he's only going to roll 3 because he's green and he's not as good. 2 hits. So I will, let's see, roll my 2 blue dice. He has an interesting ability there. So there's one blue shield there, and then this lightning bolt there, given her ability there, one of these can count as shield. So she doesn't take any damage, which is good. And then we're going to now activate our Xeno Beta, and he does not have line of sight. So he's going to use this thing here, move one area towards the closest agent and use regenerate. Well, he doesn't have regenerate. So I would say closest agent is going to be in here. So he's just going to jump in there. He's going to come help his friend. Now she's engaged. Everybody's engaged in combat now if we zoom out. So this is no good because we really want to get to this scientist down here, but we've got to now fight our way through all of this stuff, and he's really taking a lot of damage. Well, now we have this guy here going to attack this Arachnos. Arachnos needs 2 health to take him out, and we're going to just go ahead and roll an attack there. So hopefully we can get out of there, and then he can maybe start heading towards the scientist. So he's going to roll 4 dice, and then we'll see what happens. Roll 4 dice there. So there's 1, 2, 3. So 3 hits. So now he's going to roll his 3 blues. We're going to hope that he doesn't roll more than 1 shield. He rolled 2, so he's going to be down to basically 1 life left. And that's pretty much all he can do. He's not going to be able to evade or anything. So he's stuck in combat with him. We'll do our next close encounter card here, which is activate all aliens at basically melee range. And so everybody's going to just activate there. So we will activate these here first. So let's take a look at what's going to happen there. Now we've separated from each other, so this is bad. I'll just tell you that right now. I probably should have remembered that. But that's one thing I've learned, is separating your guys is kind of a bad thing, because you really want to kind of focus fire, have your healer close so he can help anybody else that's taking damage. But you're going to see what not to do today. So we're going to first activate. Well, I tell you what, it doesn't really matter what order, because they're all just going to do their melee attack. So this guy's going to do 0. He's actually going to move 2 areas away. So he's a weirdo. Well, I guess because it was out of line of sight. So he's like, oh, not for me. So 2 areas away. He's going to run outside. Okay. He's fine. So now he is going to do his attack with claws. He's going to roll 3. Attack there. And so he's going to get 1 attack off. So I'm going to roll 1 defensive die for her. Not too big of a deal. Alright, so that's not so bad. Next over here, now he's already activated. We're going to roll for him. He has his 3 claws now. He's going to roll for these. What are we going to get there? So he gets 2 hits. You can see that there. So we're going to roll 2 blue dice for our Marine. And we'll roll those there. Oh, there we go. So 1 shield. Oops. 2 shields there. So good job, Marine. Alright, so not so bad. So I'm going to go ahead and react with this guy to heal 1 damage. Now he has basically 4 life left. So he's going to attack, and then he's going to attack. We're going to roll that. 1, 2 hits for the first attack. And then we'll roll these here. Okay, so that'll let us heal 1, but we're going to take 1. So we'll basically net 1. So back down to 5 hits. Then we'll do the 4 from the other guy. And that's going to be 2 hits. So we'll roll these again here. And block 1 and heal 1. So basically, that's a net 0. Okay. No. The other one gets through his. Okay, so whatever. So he's still at 5 health. Or 5 damage. Basically 3 health. Well, now is Biotech's turn. He can hit him. He's got some damage. He does not have any damage. I could, if I want, roll 1 blue die to try to evade. Basically, I'm looking to roll a shield. And then I can use my movement, which would be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would get him a lot closer to there. Or I could do some damage here. Let's see. Well, you know what he can do, actually? I didn't realize. I was looking at his weapon. He can actually do area damage. He's going to hit him, and he's going to do area damage. So, it doesn't really matter which. So we're going to roll 3 dice, and then do some area damage there. So 1, 2... and it gets the +1 there, so 3. So each of these guys is going to roll 3. So he's going to roll, and then he's going to roll. He's the guy that has damage already. So, whoop, there we go, perfect. So 3 hits. So he will now be basically 1 life from being dead. And then he's going to roll 3. And only 1 of those gets through, but +1. Okay, so that's how that works. Oh, so that's stupid. You don't put the armor on there. I don't know why I thought that. So basically he blocks them all, and I should adjust this guy's health because I screwed that up. I don't know what, I'm brain dead playing these in front of the camera sometimes. Okay, So there we go. Now we're going to do close encounter for Mr. Biotech. Activate all aliens assigned to alpha agents. And that's going to be this guy that is almost dead. So he's going to roll for his claws again. This guy's just mad as heck. He's not going to take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yikes. So he's going to roll 5 blue dice. This could be very bad. 1. 4 hits. Dead. He's dead. Great. So now he has died. Alright, so there you go. So he's died. He's just there. Oh, I guess he could use this. He could use this heal pack. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So 3 of these. So we've got 3 health back. Let's do that. Put that back to 1. And then he would have taken 4, 6. Okay, so there we go. He did use his health pack. And he gets an extra health because when using healing with a weapon or device, he actually heals 1 more. So anyway, kind of a Monday morning quarterback there. So he is now back at 3 life. Okay, so he's still there to fight. He popped his med kit and he's good to go. So now we're going to go to the event phase. So now we have an alien trap. So basically this is a strange wording, but I'm just going to say basically he takes a wound based on how that works. So there we go. Then all signals are going to move 2 areas closer to the alpha agent. So I'll take care of that and see if any come in line of sight. So I've done that. We're going to actually spawn our last signal here. So I will roll to see where that comes out. That is the shield, and I think it's just standing on the shield. So we'll go ahead and just flip this sucker here. Oh, look at a scientist. Perfect. So there we have a scientist now. If you can zoom in there, he came out. And so he spawned in there. So the scientist came through the teleporter or whatever. Maybe he came in through the window. We didn't see him on our radar before. Well, in that case, I'm going to leave the alpha agent with her. We didn't kill any agents. There's nothing to really regenerate in terms of powers or anything. She's going to take her first action here, capture him. So there's 2 out of 3. So now we just need to get this guy. And then she's going to melee attack him. That's her 4 red dice there. See what we get. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 minus 1 defense dice. So 3 to 2 defense. And whoops, he's going to roll those. And he blocks both of them, except for 1. So the green guy is going to take a hit. So flip that over. Right, yep. And she can't move because she's engaged. So we'll go ahead and flip her close encounter card. Activate all arachnos. He's just going to do his little weak 3 dice attack. So we'll roll these. Let's see, 1, 2. Does he have a special? Nope. So 2 hits. She's going to roll for 2 hits. Okay, she blocks them. She's pretty good today. She's defending. Uh-oh. So these guys are going to attack this guy's poor healer. Alright, so he's going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys have a special. Nope. So 4. So he's going to roll 4. He can react to heal. So that'll put him in there. So 1, 2. So he's going to take 2 more damage, which will put him back at 5. And so he's already used his react. 4 of these. 1, 2. It's only 2. That's not so bad. So the maximum death is going to be there. So both 2 are going to come through. So he's currently now at 1 health. He's got 7 damage on him. And then our last arachnos is up here. He's going to roll 3 hits, and which will roll 3. Whoops. We'll get that later. 3 blue dice. And he's going to block 2 of them. So he's going to take 1 hit. So our Marine now is going to attack him. He's basically needs 1 hit and he's dead. So we'll go ahead and roll this 4 dice here. What do we got there? 2 hits. Okay, that was a bad roll. And what's he gonna get? Alright, so he just needed 1 hit. Now he's dead, which is good. And so he's gonna go off the board. So that's cool because then I can now move because I'm not engaged in combat. I'm gonna have him sort of beeline it over here to get that scientist. He's got 4 movements, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to be engaged though. Let's see here. How can I not be engaged? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. All right, and then he's going to flip his close encounter card. Well, could I have run in through the doorway? Let's see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do that instead. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to kind of sneak in here. Maybe he can go in, maybe help her. It gives him a little bit more choices. So we're going to do activate all blue aliens, which is pretty much everybody. He is going to die, I believe. So first we'll do him, because if he dies, then he will maybe go over there. So he's going to roll his 4. Well, which order would happen? Yeah, so the wounded guy is this guy. So 2 hits. Alright, and then he's going to roll his 2 dice, but he can react, so he's going to heal that. We'll put that back to 3. He blocked 1, so we'll just go back to 4. Now the other guy is going to attack. What would he do? 2 hits. That's it. So he's going to roll 2 dice. And he gets 1 hit. So he is actually dead now. So he's out. And now we're going to activate our Xenobeta here. Interestingly enough, he is out of line of sight from everybody. So he's going to just basically move closer. Move one area closer to regenerate. Yeah, he's going to move there. Oh, so he's engaged anyway. What would he do? Oh, shit. Alright, now normally we'd activate this guy, but he's dead. And so the other rule is that half of the agents rounded down need to be alive. So half the agents in this case would be, 1.5. So we still need to have at least one of our guys survive through all the rounds. And we're in the middle of our 5th round right now. Or I should say we're in the end of our 5th round because that was everybody that gets to go. So now we'll do our events here. Agents may flip up any used tactics. So if I had actually ever used my tactic here, then... And I'm just realizing that I have been playing the tactics wrong this whole time, even though I somehow keep losing. You can actually use these once per mission. So I haven't used this guy's yet, but I used this guy several times. So what? It's fitting that he's dead. So anyway, but he would have been dead a lot sooner, I think. So anybody could do that. Okay, special event B. Okay, this is a special event. And the event basically is I'm going to take all of the signals here on the map, shuffle them up, and then kind of redeal them. So the agents have sort of played around with our radar and our satellite. So these are going to get mixed up. So this guy may not even be there. And I think in terms of time, this is probably a good stopping point. So you can kind of get an idea. I've lost a guy. I'm probably not going to be able to find that scientist. He's probably going to get shuffled off way over here. I mean, I guess some of them could get shuffled here, but I think in terms of demonstration, you get kind of an idea of how the scenario might unfold. Okay, hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I did, even though I learned that I was playing the tactics wrong. I could see actually playing it, because I played this a few times now, and I could see playing it where you can kind of use them as much as you want, because this game's really difficult. I don't play with any of the advanced kind of optional rules with facing and friendly fire and stuff like that, because frankly the game is tough enough as it is. And it does kind of remind me in a lot of ways, like I said in my review, of how you activate your aliens or your monster cards, like Ravenloft. And it is also very difficult, like Ravenloft in a lot of ways. I think this fixes a lot of things, just to kind of re-harp on that. The problems with Ravenloft. You do have to kind of make your own decisions with the the aliens a little bit, but usually it's pretty intuitive. I mean, you just kind of, it's to the point where I don't think it's that big a deal at all. And I've said that, in comparison to Myth, now there's a lot of holes in things with the layout of the rules of that game. That's really the only kind of hole with this game, and I don't really think that's that big of a deal. Otherwise, the rules are very sound as long as you read them correctly. And I like the different special abilities of the different alien types. Like the ones that have the web, the one like you saw that it kind of regrew armor on itself. That's pretty cool. And so that's really well thought out. I like how each of the different missions plays out. And so this has a lot going for it. In the ways that it's better than Myth, where I think Myth maybe has more really long-term potential, is in terms of sort of like the campaign idea and the persistence of your characters. That's really kind of something we're seeing a lot more of in board games and card games. You got Pathfinder Adventure card game, you got your Risk Legacy, you got some other games coming out in that sort of legacy style. But you've got this here, it's got a nice iPad app where you can track all your characters, all the different tactics and special abilities and things that they acquire. And there's no reason that you can't re-roll guys in. There's a couple different rules for that, managing kind of, dropping guys in and out of a campaign, so it makes it easy to just play if you were playing a campaign and then have, Billy come along and want to play his infiltrator or something, and he hasn't showed up for a while. And this is really like XCOM, the board game. I see this question a fair amount on Board Game Geek and on Reddit and other places where they talk about board games, even on video game sites. I've seen this question really pop up, just kind of, out of nowhere, because I think people play XCOM, they're like, this would be a great board game. This really is XCOM the board game, because you have the whole acquiring of the alien pieces to, get, new alien technology, improved weapons. You have the whole campaign idea of, the aliens invading, you're kind of learning about them. Your characters will kind of, you can swap in equipment. You can manage in the iPad app, or the app's also available for Android too. You can manage, all of the equipment that you found, so you can kind of slot in and out all the different equipment that people have. So it's really cool, and I think the models are very nice. I mean, in comparison to Myth, I think Myth models are a little bit better, but I mean, not like these are bad. I just think, they're a little bit larger scale and stuff, and these are slightly smaller scale. But the detail's nice on them. I like kind of the blue and the green idea with the different monsters, because you have kind of weaker and better versions of the same alien type and stuff like that. And, I played through a few of the scenarios now. I haven't really gotten past the first 3. And it looks like some of the others are really harder, so I wonder if there could be some variance. Maybe I found one accidentally, about reusing the tactics as much as you want to make the game easier. There's variance to make the game harder. Maybe I'm just bad. Maybe I'm just bad at stuff. But yeah, so there's that. I do feel like it's not too hard. Like I said, I played the first one 4 times and beat it, and it was very satisfying. So I think there's some things I can do better here. Obviously, I separated my guys, and I've learned not to do that, and I should have remembered that, but I was kind of, my brain's in 2 places when I'm doing these walkthroughs. So I think I would have been a lot better off that way, and it's possible that I would have been able to survive through the 11 rounds. That's the real trick. I bet I could have found that 3rd scientist and got them, but to have, both of the other agents survive through would have been another 5 rounds, I think, after this. Then that would have been tricky. We basically would have been like hiding the suckers all over the place and trying to run away. There may be, I didn't read to the end of the scenario, because I don't want to read the epilogue, but there may be a way actually you just escape or something. There could have been, I can double check that, but I think you got to just last out the 11 rounds. So yeah, so it's cool. And then again, I'm a huge sucker for this theme. I love XCOM. I love the way that they do it, how you can kind of, you're fighting these guys, but then you're kind of confiscating their technology to use back against them. And, it's kind of a dystopian, apocalyptic feel as well, which I kind of get into. So there's that, and I will be doing a video blog, not maybe today, or tomorrow, or whenever you see this, within a few days. But I think I've kind of talked about it. If you watch this part of the video and you go watch my second Myth video, you can kind of take those 2 review portions and even go watch the reviews if you really are having a hard time deciding between the 2, and really kind of suss out for yourself. I will say this one is definitely more polished, for sure. I think that's obvious. The rules are a lot more polished. The persistent stuff is more polished. They have the app. They have the charts that you can print out, write everything down. It has flexibility, and they've really thought about how to persist things and deal with situations where maybe somebody can't come and play and things like that. So, and you've got abilities to play, the missions one shot too. So if you want to flip ahead to play mission 8, it's got some setup and things like that you can play, and you don't have to deal with the persistence. And it has sort of, you can kind of loop around through the campaign where it's like, okay, did you do this? Did you succeed? Did you fail? Okay, we'll play mission 3 and then play mission 4. Or did you partially succeed? Go do this. Or it's like, okay, go redo the mission again. So it kind of has a way of playing on itself, which is really nice. Now Myth, on the other hand, has sort of this open-ended thing, which is really fascinating and cool. But other than like a Descent, which isn't really a co-op, this game has a co-op it feels like an overarching broader story, which they totally should have done with Rick Ravenloft in those games. There's no reason that they shouldn't do that, and I think this game has been designed from the ground up to have the addition of skills and weapons and alien weapons and technology. So even though your character may not grow stat-wise and everything, they're still going to grow equipment-wise across those different campaigns, and they've really designed it well so you're going to kind of stagger those improvements across the multiple campaigns and stuff. So this one it feels a little bit more like your traditional dungeon crawl stuff, but it's like refined to the T. They've you took in all the games from the past, Descent and Ravenloft and Gears of War and Hero Quest and all this different stuff, really refined it, paid a lot of attention, a lot of care to how the game works and everything. Now Myth, on the other hand, is a very interesting kind of new conundrum where you know, it's like, okay, it's very different and interesting, and it feels more RPG-ish and more sort of the unraveling of the universe, and it's going to be very personal, almost in a legacy sense, where this one you're kind of like stepping in. Yes, you're keeping track of what's happened, but you're still in their universe. You don't really have a lot to say in terms of the imagination side of it. So, you know, there it is. I think I'm going to keep both of them because this is a very solid, clean game, and honestly, I would have finished this game long ago without having to record, because now that I've played it several times, it plays very quickly. You know, do something, flip the encounter, go, 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 go. It plays very quickly, so it's something you can get down very quickly, you know, right in that hour range. Whereas Myth sometimes can take a little bit longer because you're dealing with sort of, you know, the configuration of the tiles and what to do and decisions there. So you have two kind of similar experiences, but very different experiences. So I'll probably repeat that in my blog and a little bit, and maybe my blog will be about some other stuff too. Anyway, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the somewhat abortive playthrough, but there you go. Thanks.